Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maudie, and today I am going to show you how I make guacamole and pico de gallo, just my own little quick recipe. So I'm going to hop right into it. A couple of things I want to say first. Um, if you're working with jalapenos, peppers, or hot peppers of any kind, don't ask me how I know, but always use gloves, because if you don't use gloves, like it's bad. It would be bad. And I've worked with like really mild peppers. Like when our peppers first start producing, they're really mild. It doesn't bother me. But like these have been they've been out there in the Alabama heat for quite some time. These are hot peppers. So I know that if I touch them with my hands, it's inevitable I'm going to get burnt. Your hands hurt so bad afterwards, and there's nothing you can do to really remedy that. So, um, just making sure my mic was on here. So the first thing, and two, let me just point this out. My guacamole, I make my own homemade guacamole. But honestly, this right here, this Concord Fresh Success, I buy at Walmart. You just add avocados, and it is so good. Like, it makes the best guacamole. It's so good, and I always add a little bit of lime in it, and you can always doctor it up, but it's really, really good. And something else that's different that I'm doing, and I did this on accident the other day. Not really accident, but I was like, I don't have a bowl, but I want something that I can put in my refrigerator and I can just tighten down so I can keep this stuff a little bit longer, because I like to take the pica and the guacamole, and I just like to put that stuff with my eggs sometimes too. So I put it in glass jars, because I can't remember what, but something about some of this stuff, and somebody can Google it or chat GPT it and tell me in the comments. Something about it you're not supposed to do, put something in it that's reactive. And I guess maybe it's one of these, it goes better in glass. So I always use a glass bowl to mix the stuff if I'm going to mix it. But today I am going to put the pico de gallo in this glass jar, and I'm going to put my guacamole in this one. Another pro tip, always have good knives, sharp knives, and these two are my go-to. This is my tomato knife, and this is Rada Cutlery. I'm not affiliated with this in any way, but Rada, they make excellent cutlery, and you can find them on Amazon or at Lehman's, or they may even have a website. I'm not sure. So the first thing I'm going to do to make my life a little bit easier, I've already washed this. This is ready to go. I'm just going to take my food prep scissors. I do chop this stuff up, but not all the time. Sometimes I just take these scissors. Like, I'm short on time today, so I'm just going to take my scissors and I just chop this stuff up and chop it up really fine. Some people don't want any stems with their cilantro. It doesn't necessarily bother me. Obviously, I'm not going to eat the big end stems, and I wish there was smell-o-vision for the people that like cilantro. It smells so good, which I do have people in my house that do not care for cilantro. Probably like my son that's filming this right now. I don't think this is his favorite thing, but so I'm just going to run my knife through it. And I'm not a professional chef, so this might not be the right knife for this, but it's what I have. It's what I grabbed out, and it's sharp, and that's what counts here. So, all right. So I've got that done. I'm going to clean that off. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop some of this in here. All of this will not go in this. I'm going to put that much in there, about like so. Take the rest of this, and this will either go tonight for our meal, just to sprinkle fresh, or it will go to my chickens, because they would surely appreciate this, and maybe that would con them into giving us more eggs. I don't know. We have 31, well, we have 29 hens, and currently 2 of them are laying, but they are babies. So I guess that's part of it. Try to get as much of that up as I can. I guess the next thing I'm going to chop will be this good old onion, and hopefully it's not too strong. I bought some onions at Sam's the other day, and they were extremely strong. Like, You would tear up in the next room, literally. And I'm a weirdo. And sometimes I use garlic in here. I'll dice up garlic, but I'm not going to do that today just because I'm pinched on time. But I'm a weirdo because when I cut onions, I chop up onions or garlic. I like the way it smells, and I like the way it smells on my hands afterwards. And that's weird, but some people are just like really offended by the smell. I'm not. I actually love the smell, but I'm using my gloves today because I'm trying to be a little more sanitary here. Plus, I know I'm about to touch these peppers, and I'm not trying to do all that. I'm definitely probably not going to use this entire onion. I think this will probably be enough. I'll run my knife back through it. And I'm sorry about the bananas over here and the random dinosaur. It's his life. That's all I can say about that. So I'm going to take this and just, if you had a funnel that had like a canning funnel, which I actually do, I could use that, and I'm not going to get it. That would have probably been smarter, but I don't typically do things the smart way, I don't think. All right, I'm going to put all that in there. That'll be good. I'm going to go ahead, and I'm using 3 of the Roma tomatoes. I think that'll be good a plenty. And I really don't know much how to cut Romas. I just cut them how I cut them. Chickens can have those. I'm sorry. I know my eyes are watering. My son here is filming me, and his eyes are watering too. So if you hear sniffles, we're not crying. It's just the onions are pretty stout. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm not great with cutting Roma tomatoes, actually. And somebody may have a tip that would help me to cut them better. But at this point, I'm just trying to dice them up so I can toss them in here. And as you're cutting, just be careful not to let your gloves get cut too, because that's no fun if you chop your gloves up into your food. And I don't know if you guys can hear all the noise in my house, but I have my little grandbabies. 2 of them are here. My adult daughter's in there with my other daughter and all my younger kids, and so we kind of got a full house. So if you hear kids, that's what it is. And of course my cat is over here messing in something. So go ahead and drop this in here. I hope this all fits. I think it will. I didn't have a bigger jar that I would had easy access to, so I just went ahead and used that. But if I need to put it in something else, I'll grab something. And I am going to make a video of our dinner tonight. What I make, it's like a Mexican meal, but it uses a lot of really good stuff, and it feels overwhelming, the recipe does, but once you make it a time or two, it's really fairly easy, and it goes a long way. It's very versatile, and I can't wait to show you guys that. And I've got all my stuff set out to make the beard balm, which I promised my husband I was going to make it today, but life got busy and I did not make it. And I did get permission from the lady that is the original maker of the recipe, and I wrote her, and she said yes, I could definitely use it and make a video on it, and I'm just going to tag her in the video. She didn't ask me to, but I told her I was going to, and y'all can head over to her channel too when I post that video. Let me see. Let's chop this up like so. All right. Okay. That's that. Now for the fun part. I think I'm definitely going to have to put this in a bowl. Pretty sure. I'm not sure what I was thinking there. So now, okay. So I'm fixing to grab a bowl for this before I didn't even put my apron on. I'm about to grab a bowl though, because I think that would just work out better. I hope my glass is down here. Oh, yeah. Do y'all have messy cabinets? And I'm sorry if that's super loud because my mic is right here. Sorry about that. Okay. I'm going to grab my glass bowl. I'm just going to dump this stuff over in here. Yeah. And I will store it in that when I'm done. Put it right here. All right. So here comes the fun part. Cut these. And I'm just going to cut a couple. Because honestly, my family doesn't. Yeah, oh man, these are hot. Hot, 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 hot. Okay. Definitely, you can smell the heat. These are very, very hot. And if you take the seeds and stuff out, you know, that helps it to not be as hot. But it's still going to be warm. So I'm going to. And I can eat hot stuff, but this is a family-friendly meal, and I still have little kids, and they do not prefer really hot things. But I'm going to leave a seed or two in there. I'm not going to just be like scraping every little bit out, but I do take the membrane off the inside. And that, oh yeah, these smell delicious, but they smell hot. I'm going to make sure I. There we go. That's chopped up. I'm just going to keep chopping them so they're pretty tiny. I'll just go back over it. That should be good. All right. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. So I just chopped up two. I chopped up two. You can add as many as you want. And I mean, I guess you could even just make this, if you didn't want a hot pepper in it, I'm sure there's some way to substitute it. The next thing is a lime. And I'm going to just squeeze this in here. Set that over there. I'm going to squeeze this in here and make sure I get all the good stuff out. I love just eating limes, and I used to hate limes, but during one of my many pregnancies, I started liking limes and guacamole and all that good stuff, but for years and years, I did not. I just could not stand it. It's funny how your taste just kind of changes as you get older. All right, and I'm going to grab my salt. Oops. I just use this pink Himalayan salt, but you just use whatever. And I'm also a lover of salt, if you can't tell. All right. I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to take it and mix it up really good. And it's so pretty. I think this is one of the prettiest dishes. You can see it's delicious. Smells so good. Okay, and I will work on getting this back in that jar, but not right this second. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these because I don't need these. And I am going to grab me a paper towel. I'm just gonna wipe this stuff to the side. I love this cutting board. This was a Mother's Day gift a couple of years ago from my adult daughters, and I really love it. It has come in so handy. All right, push those out of the way. So, this is my cheat to guacamole. Quick and delicious. Super quick. I promise if you try it, you'll love it. Concord Fresh Success. Walmart. It's in the, I think it's actually in the aisle where all that type of stuff is. Just the vegetables and all that. So these are the avocados I bought yesterday. And one of my viewers told me that I could ripen them quicker by putting them in a paper bag with a banana. And I had heard of that, but I couldn't remember what exactly it was. I'm going to pop these out. But these ended up, once I got home, I started feeling of them and they ended up being pretty ripe. So I'm okay with it. But for next time, that makes me feel better the next time we get a pickup, and if they don't give me the avocados that are ripe, now I know what to do. And this I absolutely know will work just fine in the jar. And I don't always, my counters are clean, y'all. I've been cleaning all morning. Like I told y'all, I've got family coming in this weekend, and I want to make sure my house is somewhat clean, because otherwise it looks pretty lived in. Because there's a lot of us in this small space. Anyway, so I'm going to, sometimes I chop these up and sometimes I don't. When I made this a few weeks back, I didn't chop it up. I was in a hurry, so I just put it in there and then took my fork and tried to mash it up once it was in there. And because these are ripe but not super ripe, it was a little more difficult. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm chopping them up a little bit. And if they get some of that juice from that jalapeno on there, that will be fine too. That just makes it better. Yeah, I'm just chopping them so I can put them in this jar. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Again, if you had one of those big funnels, the Cannon funnel, I could have got that out and done that. That probably would make it actually easier. But that's okay. Another paper towel. So, super simple. This is all it calls you to do. Like, it doesn't even, you just open it and pour this powder in. Now, I do something just a little bit different. I do pour the powder in, of course, and it does say use 2 or 3 avocados. There you go. I'll just make sure I get all that goodness in there. And then what I do, I have these leftover limes from the other night. I just squeeze some lime juice in there, because I think that it makes it taste better. That's what I do. I'm going to squeeze about 4 of these lime slices in here. So basically, probably about 1 lime. And it just makes it delicious. And it looks kind of gross at first. You start stirring it. And if these are super ripe, it will just, it'll do really good. I'm just making sure I get everything mixed up. And I'm gonna, you can see and you can make this, of course, in a bowl. I've made it in a bowl plenty of times. I just feel like for me, it's just easier to make this in a jar, because I can just pop a lid on it and put it in the refrigerator. So once I kind of get it mashed up, I just start stirring it. And you could even mash this with your masher if you have like a potato masher for mashed potatoes. Or, I mean, if you wanted to get real special with it, you could just take your emulsion blender and just give it a quick whirl. But I'm not doing all that because I don't want to break out a bunch of tools to work with that I'm going to have to wash because I don't have a dishwasher. So me and my daughters are the dishwashers, and I'm not wanting to do that. So the more simple, the better. Okay. Now, this looks pretty good. Okay. Oh my goodness. So good. That's delicious. Okay. So, this is done. You can see it's all mixed up in here. Delicious. You get about a half a jar. So good. And I actually can taste the heat from those peppers and that, but it's delicious. I'm just going to set that there. So what I will do is I'm going to get my lid out. I'm going to get this Pico de Gallo transferred over in that jar. Then I'm going to get my lid out for that and put a lid on that other jar. I'll put them in the refrigerator. We will eat dinner around 5 something this evening. That will give this pico and the guacamole, that'll give it plenty of time to just absorb all those flavors, because you want it to absorb the flavors. You don't want to, you could eat it immediately, especially the guacamole, but the pico really just, it needs to mesh all those flavors, marry those together, because that's what makes it so good. And this is good. It keeps for a couple of days in the refrigerator if you keep it sealed. So I will plan on filming my dinner tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and put this video up. So our dinner that we have tonight, where you see us eating this and me making the other Mexican meal, that'll be out tomorrow probably. And then my video with the beard balm will likely be out the next day. So that's all I have for you guys today. And I want to take just another couple of minutes to thank you all for all the support. I'm just blown away by all the people who have subscribed to my channel. I really don't feel like I have anything that great to share, but I'm just sharing my normal life with you guys. And I just appreciate all the support, like, so much. You just don't know. But it's really humbling, because I'm just a regular person, just a mom sharing regular stuff. But I appreciate you guys. If you know of anyone else who may enjoy my channel or my content, or if you have any suggestions for me, please jump over on my community tab and leave those suggestions. And if you know anyone that you'd like to share my channel with, I would appreciate that. And always, please just like my videos and comment below. That really helps me in the algorithm. And of course, if you're not subscribed and you just hop on here and watch, if you would subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And turn on the notification bells, and you'll get notified every time I post and upload. And I'm going to try to do Monday through Friday, every day a video. It may come later in the evening some days. It's just according to my schedule. But on the weekends, it'll probably just be short. No, I don't know. I'm just working to get myself out there and to get the content out to you guys that I want to share with y'all. I hope you all have a great evening. I hope you've had a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.